So I want to tell you a story. It was about a couple of years ago when I was meeting a friend of mine. I was meeting him there. He was already there for a couple of days and he was already playing. And he was playing at this very beautiful card room that's sort of private, higher limit game that he was used to playing normally. When I got there, I realized that I didn't want to play in that game because, okay, the city was Paris, and in Paris, the commission, the rake is ludicrous. It is, if I remember correctly, it was 5%, uncapped. And I've seen at that table rakes of $600–700 being taken off huge pots, which is just insane and crazy and unsustainable. And because of that, I didn't want to play in that game, but I did want to play just to have the experience of playing in Paris. I went to a different room that had smaller games that had like 1-2 or 1-3 euro cash games. Anyway, my friend goes to his regular game, and at the end of the night, we meet up, and it turns out that he is devastated. He was out of the game about 4 hours before, and he's just been wallowing and sad and waiting for me to finish my session. We meet up, and he tells me this unbelievable story of the hand that he was stacked in. And at first, he's clearly in shock, and we both know the player, the villain in this hand, and we both know that he's a very, very, very good player. However, my friend was so convinced emotionally that this was just him running bad, and this guy was lucky and he was lost. He didn't know what to do. He was literally broken in that moment. So we ended up having a long chat. I asked him to tell me about the hand every step by step in full detail. And together in the course of the next hour or two, we completely dissected this hand. And as it turns out, that my friend was not as unfortunate as he thought he was. Instead, he was outplayed masterfully. He was outplayed masterfully by a brilliant player. Once we knew that, once we could really put a face to what happened, rather than just conjecture, my friend actually calmed down. It became from a shocking moment in his trip to a learning moment. Now, why am I telling you this? You're probably scratching your head wondering, why is he going on about this? Well, this is why. Because consuming poker content on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever it is that you go, Reddit especially, is killing your win rate. If my friend instead had gone on to Reddit and YouTube and posted about the hand and tried to just find as much content as he could to numb the pain and make him feel like he's been productive and learning from this hand that he played, nothing good would have happened. Here's why. All the content, all the strategy stuff on YouTube has a major flaw in it. And that flaw has to do with the fact that poker is an infinitely variable game. Essentially, the number is infinite. It's incomprehensible. Now, aside with that, the variability of different players, different moves, different conditions, all of that, this game is infinite. So for any content creator to try to make any good context-dependent content, it would be so specific that it wouldn't apply to anybody else, or they would have to dumb it down and generalize it so much that people would find interest in it, people would find common spots that they're in, but in reality, those spots, those tactics, those strategies are so common and so basically explained, basically executed, that essentially they're useless at the live table. This is why, after losing a big hand, a big session, a big week, a big month, precisely the moments when you most feel like you need to study poker, they don't do it. During their successes, they indulge too much. And in their tough moments, they run for help. And if we're running for help to a source, to a watering hole, where the content provided to us are not helpful, we're never gonna improve. And for most of you, this is true because you've been doing it for years and you're still doing it. None of you are crushers. I hate to say it. If you were, you wouldn't be here. And I love you for being here. Nevertheless, in that moment, if my friend had instead gone on YouTube and consumed content, nothing good would have happened. But instead, because I was there, we were able to have this conversation about poker, about theory, because we're two poker players who are incredibly passionate and curious about the game. And we were able to challenge each other through this hand and discover it. It was almost scientific. And in that moment is where learning happens. It's those moments where we gain access to the dark corners that we're not aware of, that allow us to shed light on things previously unknown. You know, in life, there are things we know, and there are things we know we don't know. But there are also many, many things we don't know, and these are the most dangerous of all. So what's the solution? How do we improve? If consuming content is not going to help us improve, and in fact, is going to lead us down to a horrible win rate because the effects that it has on our neurosystems and psychology, you know, these companies, these social networks, they have spent billions of dollars and they have put their smartest minds they could to figure out ways to keep you and I on those platforms as long as possible. Of course, it's hard. And once you start it, it destroys your mind. Instead, you can talk to someone who is also as passionate and dedicated to the game as you are, that is fascinated with the theory of poker, fascinated with the lifestyle and the commitment that it takes to make this life happen. It's an incredible life to become a poker player, professional. But to get there, the best way, the fastest way, is to find that coach, that's someone that you trust, that you respect their opinion of. And I'm sorry to say, this person cannot be someone you know. It can't be a friend. It can't be somebody that you play against, because it's kind of like therapy. In therapy, there is a professional distance is kept between the client and the therapist. Why? Because of ethics, because of trust. Once the professional barrier is broken down, trust is destroyed and gone out the window, and the therapy becomes ineffective and perhaps even damaging. Same thing is true in coaching with people that you play with or your friends, because there's going to be always an element of gatekeeping, an element of distrust. Is he really telling me everything? You know, is he being honest with me? Is he trying to not hurt my feelings by telling me that I was an absolute donkey in that spot? A therapist's job is to be honest with you. You're paying him to be honest with you about your relationships, and a poker coach has the same responsibility. Their responsibility is not only to give you the best knowledge, best strategy that they know of, and the best way to execute it, but it's also to do it as honestly and as effectively as possible. They have to learn how you learn and deliver the information the way you take it. This is why poker coaching is so effective, because it's exactly what you need, when you need it, how you need it. And I want to encourage every single one of you to seek it out and experience it for yourself. And to facilitate that, to make that easy for you, to make that happen, I have some time in my schedule, and I'm offering a 60-minute free coaching session for whoever wants to sign up, as long as the spots are available. I don't have a lot of time, so the spots are few, so make sure you take advantage of it. And the way you can do it is easy. I use WhatsApp. I travel around the world. I use WhatsApp. My WhatsApp phone number is going to be down in the description. It's a link. You can just click it and it should open WhatsApp for you, and send me a message. Send me a message and tell me you want the free coaching session, and we'll get to know each other. We'll get to meet, and I'll try to do my best to give you a very solid assessment of where your game is and where it could be headed and how you can get it there. And we'll see if I can help you. It would be my privilege, and it would be a great joy if I can see you improve. I look forward to hearing from you, and see you at the tables.